Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for April 1st, 2015. A great blog planned for you today as we will be looking at your New York sports update as both the Mets and Yankees begin to wrap up their spring training along with a good game in the NBA. We'll begin our Major League Baseball previews as we're just going to do a preview of excuse me, who will make the playoffs in the National League and who will make the playoffs in the American League. We'll also take a look at your NBA playoff push, but the first thing I want to get to today is the Final Four. The Final Four is now set, and it is 4 great teams, 4 great coaches. It's going to be real exciting to see what happens as we have Tom Izzo going up against Mike Krzyzewski. We have Bo Ryan going up against John Calipari. We're going to have Karl Anthony Towns going up against Frank Kaminsky. We're going to have just some great matchups going on in this Final Four. It's going to be exciting to watch. We're going to go more inside the matchups on Friday, but just how the teams got there. Michigan State really came on late in the year. Trice is playing some really good point guard. He's going to get to face off against Tyus Jones. It's going to be something to watch, definitely. Then we're also going to have the big guy, Jahlil Okafor for Duke, who's going to be tough to match up with for Michigan State. Then in the other game, we're going to have Kentucky trying to get to 39-0 against a good Wisconsin team with some good size in Decker and Kaminsky. Some good guard play as well. Of course, Kentucky is loaded. It's going to be a real exciting Final Four. 4 great coaches, like I said. Izzo, Krzyzewski going at it. Izzo just knows how to get his teams to the Final Four. Mike Krzyzewski, of course, the most winningest coach in college basketball history. Then we have Bo Ryan, who's had the chip on his shoulder about Wisconsin's schedule in the Final Four and in the playoff. And then we also have Kentucky's coach, John Calipari, who just continues to undersell this team and try to make this team as good as they can be to finish off these last 2 games and win this national title, going unbeaten on the season. It's going to be exciting. We'll go inside the matchups Friday, so definitely stay tuned for that. NBA playoff push. We're looking at teams on the move today in the NBA playoffs, and I think if we start in the East, we're going to be looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers 8-2 in their last 10, really making a push, and then the other team trying to get into the playoffs are the Brooklyn Nets, who have won 8 out of their last 10 as well, and they now sit at that 8 seed. And then if you go to the West, the Warriors just keep rolling. They've now won 10 in a row again. And the San Antonio Spurs, everybody put them to bed about 3 weeks ago saying they were done. They're starting to get rolling again as well. Danny Green starting to play well. Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan showing his savviness again. They're 8-2 in their last 10, and they're sitting right now at the 6th spot in the East. My MVP race I think is interesting. I think right now James Harden is not my MVP. If I had to give you my 3 top candidates, Harden would be my 3rd. LeBron would be my 2nd just for the moves he's been able to orchestrate as well to get this Cleveland Cavaliers team to where they are right now. And then finally Steph Curry. Okay, Steph Curry really has played the best of any player in the NBA right now, and he's playing on the best team. So Steph Curry is my MVP right now in the NBA. All right, time for your Major League Baseball preview. Let's take a look at the National League today. In the East, I think the winner of the East is going to be the Washington Nationals. They have the best pitching staff, could be in Major League Baseball. I think Bryce Harper will have a comeback year, and just some other moves that they've made to really bolster up their bullpen. Washington will win the East. In the Central, I just don't think there's any real great team. I think St. Louis is going to be good enough. I think the Pirates will take a step back. I think the Reds will take a step back. I could see Milwaukee being in contention and Chicago. I'm going to take St. Louis, though, to win the Central. I think they're the most complete team right now and have been there before. In the West, I think probably the best team in the National League are the Los Angeles Dodgers. Very high-powered offense. Yasiel Puig is going to be leading this offense for this team. Adrian Gonzalez will be back for another big year. And really what I like in Los Angeles the most is their defense. I think their defense is going to be a lot better this year. Minus Hanley Ramirez, that's going to be a big opportunity for them to be better defensively. So I'm going to take Los Angeles to win the West. And then my 2 wildcard teams, first off, San Francisco in the West, I think is going to get back to the wild card after winning the World Series. And I'm going to put the Chicago Cubs. I love the moves the Cubs have made. So I'm putting the Chicago Cubs in as my 2nd wildcard team in the National League. So if I had to seed it right now, Los Angeles would be my 1, Washington would be my 2. St. Louis would be my 3, and then my 4 and 5 would be San Francisco and Chicago. All right, time for your New York sports update. Jacoby Ellsbury is back on the field today after suffering that strained oblique. Didi Gregorius will sit out again with a sprained left wrist. And the word is that Esmil Rogers has been sent to the bullpen by the Yankees. That sets up Chase Whitley and Adam Warren to battle it out for the 5th spot. I think Chase Whitley will probably get it just because Nova is going to be back to take that 5th spot at some point. So I'll give it to Whitley for now. I think Warren works better in the bullpen. He doesn't walk as many guys as Whitley, so we'll see what happens there. Schedule today, Rays are at the Yankees. Cards are at the Mets, and a good one in the NBA tonight as the Nets will take on the lowly Knicks. I'll be back on Friday as we're going to get you set for the Final 4 games. We're going to go inside them all. We'll do your American League preview and give you your playoff teams who will be going to the American League, as we are now just about 5 days away from opening day in Major League Baseball. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. The Yankees, I think, are going to be an okay team. We're going to keep you up to date on the Yankees all throughout the season, and the Mets with their New York sports updates. So Mets and Yankees fans, tune into the blog. Also, check me out on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. You can comment, questions, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in. Check me out on sportsmindednews.com as well. My man James Williams. You can follow him on Twitter at JHWReporter. I will be back on Friday. Have a good rest of the week and enjoy the nice weather.